Good afternoon, listeners. This is your weekly The Karens podcast. And please remember to like and subscribe and share our little podcast with someone you think that might like it. You can hear us free every Monday on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Castbox, and pretty much anywhere else. Right, ladies?
Yes.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Fabulous.
Monday's done.
Oh, yes. It is the end of the day, Monday. Mondays are hard.
Yeah.
Very
Already
excited.
cried once today.
Oh, only once though.
Yeah,
That's good.
It's a typical Monday.
Is that typical Monday?
Wow.
Very excited to tell everyone that we have our very first guest on the Karen. Yay. And her name is Amber. Thank you, Amber. Megan invited her, and she is going to share with us some introspection and her take on the topic today, which is being single and dating and kind of how things have changed since we were in our 20s till today. Right, Amber?
I'll do my best.
All right. Don't worry, there's no trick questions.
Okay, good.
So I wanted to start, like we were just chatting. You haven't met myself or Carolyn until now, but you knew Susan, and you were telling us about that first interaction.
I
want to
met
stipulate
Susan.
that I think it was right after my husband and I were moving out from one another.
Mm.
So a
Oh,
good
yeah.
time.
That sounds
So I
familiar.
think we decided to tie one on.
We had a good time. Yeah, and
Nice.
I had never rode those electric scooters in the city before. And so we
Always a
did
good
that.
time to try it when you tie one on.
Yeah.
That was before, really.
Liquid
Yeah.
courage.
Yeah.
Just
And
shows that you
Susan-
don't get smarter as you get older, I guess.
Susan went across the street, and it was like cutting it close for me to make it across, and I didn't want to get left behind. And then this Mustang like revved his engine, and it scared me. And then I ate shit. And it was,
Oh no. Any stitches or just some black and blues?
oh no, I jumped right up. Look, that's the alcohol.
The alcohol and your
In your
youth.
20s.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
You
And
balance
also the
Brittle.
embarrassment, that
Right.
helps.
I'm cool. I'm up.
I'm good. I'm fine. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was fun. That was a good time.
So tell us, Amber, how do you know Megan? How do you guys connect?
So Megan is my aunt.
Okay.
Very much, yeah. Uncle Kurt was Megan's husband. So that's the
Gotcha.
relation.
Yeah.
All
She'd
right.
she'd come and visit us all the time in the city, and we'd do fun things and go to the game and make food and hang out. And
Very
we took
cool.
her to her first bar in the city before we should have. And
Yes.
Got into trouble
and-
together. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not. She's a very good girl. Like you are such a no. I mean, honestly, like you're such a great big sister. You've like been pushed beyond your years of having to like grow up fast, and I feel like your Uncle Kurt was always so proud of you, and you do a really good mix of being a super responsible 29-year-old, like way beyond how I was at 29, and most 29-year-olds are, but also incorporating fun. Like you have a lot of fun. So
Thank
yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
just like, yeah, very, very proud of you.
you.
Cool.
And what do you do? What do you do, Amber?
I'm an occupational therapist. Right now I work in home health, and I love it. Love my job.
That's
Before this,
awesome.
I worked in the children's hospital setting. But so now it's a little different, but I love it.
That's awesome. So she's got
Where
a
did
career
you
too.
did you go to like what's the schooling? Like did you go to a 4-year college and then was there schooling after that?
Yeah, so I got my bachelor's degree, and then I had to get my master's degree as well
Oh.
in occupational therapy. So
Got it. And did you do that
Yeah.
online? The only reason why I'm asking, I have a point to my
Yeah.
where I'm going.
Yeah.
The first. Just kidding.
I was curious if you did like that second part of your schooling online or like, in person, traditional, whatever you call
Yeah.
it.
So it was an in-person program. However, the last the last year was like when COVID hit. So not by design. The last like
Yeah.
year or so was on Zoom and
Got
stuff.
it.
So,
Mm.
yeah, but yeah, it was in person until it wasn't. So.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what's
Yeah.
your point, Carolyn?
So
Yeah.
my point was because we were
I know, I was like so entranced by your answer, I forgot that you had said this point.
the direction I was kind of like alluding to was, if we're inquiring about, to be young and in your 20s and the dating scene and like what's the social scene for you right now. I was curious if you did like online school that would have affected, I attribute so much of my social stuff to Chico and going
Yeah.
out and, being in person. So I just didn't know if you had.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also like I spent almost 10 years, like all my college years in Southern California. So that was a whole other
Yeah.
thing too. Yeah. So absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, building your
So you
support system of the 20s, but they're not all have not like relocated with you. And yeah,
Yeah.
so they're not around your core crew as much anymore.
As much.
You
Yeah.
do have a really good roommate though that you've been friends with forever.
Yeah, I
Casey.
do
Yeah.
have really good, solid friends up here, but I have a lot of close friends that are also in Southern
Yeah.
California. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because you essentially moved back home after school, kind of
kinda, yeah.
almost closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closer. To be kind of, I'm not home, but and I also had my first job down there, so it wasn't right after school that I moved back. But I spent, like I said, almost 10 years down there. So
Yeah.
good chunk of
Did
time.
you attribute coming back this way because your sister was having kids and you wanted to be close to you wanted to be in
That was a
Akron?
big part of it.
Yeah, I figured.
You know the other part of it.
Yeah. Yes, totally. Yes, we could probably lead
which
Did
is
it in-
into
related to
it
the
Was it a
was
topic.
man?
It was a man.
Oh.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
my ex, we met while I was living down there, but he lived in Sacramento, but was down there on a work project. And we did the whole long distance thing for like a year and a half and then I decided to move up to Sacramento. Partially because of that, but also like Megan said, my sister started having babies and it was just time to be like closer to them. So was another huge factor, but clearly that didn't work out. So
No, I was going to ask, so it didn't work out. You guys are no
no,
longer together. Yeah.
no. That was almost 2 years ago now since we ended it.
How long did you guys date?
About 2 years total.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you meet like in a more traditional sense, or did you meet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was kind of an interesting story because ironically, we're both from the same small town, born in the same small town, but met in person in Southern California,
Huh.
like hundreds of miles away. So it's like one of those
Yeah.
things where like
It's meant to
oh,
be.
it's fate. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I would have gone there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you would.
Yeah. So we met down there in person, like not on the apps or anything like that, and we're pretty inseparable after that. But
Gotcha.
then
Yeah.
once we weren't to long distance, it wasn't as
It's
That's
hard.
great.
Distance is hard.
yeah. Well, it was better when we were long
I was
distance.
I was actually
Oh,
just gonna
did I miss
ask
that?
that.
I
Yeah,
missed
you
that.
missed the you missed
Oh,
the
okay.
you
that's
missed
when
the
everything kind
tone.
I thought
Yeah, yeah.
got it. I thought the
Like what
opposite.
I mean,
it's
distance is hard. Absolutely,
yeah.
distance is hard. But in this specific situation, I think it was easier to miss certain signs and
Yeah.
stuff when you're hundreds of miles away. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so what about now? Do you like meeting people? Do you use dating apps more, or are you apt to like go out with friends to whatever? And do you feel like you meet people more that way?
I mean, I definitely prefer to meet people in person and
Okay.
I would much rather like be set up by a friend or something, but that doesn't happen very often, you know. And so yeah, I am on the apps, but
Mhm.
it's not my favorite.
Yeah. How is that?
Not great.
Is it mostly like, do you feel like it's mostly for hookups, or do you feel like there are people actually looking for relationships?
I think it's like finding a needle in a haystack, honestly. Like it's a little bit of people looking for hookups. It's a little bit of people not necessarily looking for hookups, but just not meeting your standards whatsoever, you know? And so it's like the weeding out is just exhausting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
And do you feel like
Yeah.
they lie?
What? Oh, they all lie.
Oh, no.
They all lie.
Like
Yeah.
heights,
I feel like
probably.
well, I
They
don't know about
all lie.
all of them, but I feel
Well,
like a good
that's what I
majority.
hear from other people that are on apps. It's like, oh, everybody's out there lying.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
I
yeah.
yeah, I did want Amber to share a little of the story because when you were asking Carolyn
Yeah.
about are people out there just looking for hookups or are they looking for like the real deal?
Yeah.
And you just had that interesting story that you told me about dating someone and they were ready to like get on bended
Oh
knee
my God.
very quickly. So
Oh, do
like the
tell.
opposite, maybe of what you're looking for, where it's like, oh, you're
Yeah.
looking to date someone and yes,
I
just
think that is the hard
share
part.
that
Like,
first date.
yeah.
Like if you
First
guys ever
date.
had a first date like this. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so I matched with this gentleman. He's a very sweet guy. I have
Yeah.
nothing bad to say about
Yeah.
him. Um, and
Wait,
we
which app? We gotta know which app. Do you
uh
remember?
Bumble is
Bumble.
And
Bumble, I
how many
believe.
Bumble.
apps total are you on?
Too. Bumble and
Okay.
Hinge.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too many.
But we match, and I'm a big fan of like either having a phone conversation or like FaceTiming before meeting up
Smart.
because I don't want to waste my time and or anyone else's time. So we had a phone conversation and it was a really good conversation. It lasted like for like 4 hours
Oh, whoa.
probably. And he was like, "Oh, like tomorrow we're celebrating." Oh no, he didn't tell me what they're celebrating. He said that his family was going to a winery in Lodi, I
Lodi.
think, which isn't too far from where I am.
Near you, Carol.
And
Mhm.
and he told me that he was like the youngest of eight,
Oh.
11, 11
Oh.
kids.
Whoa.
And so he has a huge family and all this. And like it kind of started off as like a joke, like when someone like jokes about like, oh, like how funny would it be if I showed up and like we met there kind of thing. And then he like ran with it and he was like, no, like, and then it kind of turned to like, wait, actually, like, should we? And then like it was probably so then I called my friends and I was like,
Should I do?
Atta
so
girl. Atta girl.
and
Still.
I was expecting them to all be like, no, like, don't be stupid. Like, that's crazy. Don't do it. And like, talk me out of it. But they were like, no, do it. Like, that'd be so funny. Like, and I was like, and like, I had nothing better to do. And I was like, a winery. It was like a beautiful fall weather. I was like, sure, why not? And so I drove all the way there. And we pretended to just meet there and like I had this whole backstory of like I was supposed to go with a girlfriend, but then she got sick and I decided to go anyways. And he introduced me to his entire family on the
Oh, whoa.
first.
On the first
Yeah.
date.
And
I
then
know.
I didn't know this that I don't know if I would have gone if I had known this, but they were celebrating his mom's birthday.
Oh.
Which
Yeah.
he omitted.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
He
definitely.
omitted that. But I will say, I don't know if I'd ever do it again, but I don't regret doing it because it was
Yeah.
actually a great day. Like I got along really well with his massive family and he's like the youngest and like the only single one. So like all of
Huh.
his sisters and brothers are married. So it's like all the in-laws and like all their kids and like
Oh.
but it was actually a
That's a
really great
lot.
day. And
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
But it surprisingly went really well. But like Megan said, he got a little carried away and it was just like too much, way
Too
too
fast,
fast. And
like a
like
love bombing type of
yeah.
situation, and just he's just looking to
Yeah.
settle down because everyone in his family is maybe, huh?
Yeah. And he's
Yeah.
just like a really sweet, like he's just like a lover boy,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and which is
Like
like
he was ready.
fine.
I think you said he was ready to like, he's like, I'll delete my apps like in front of you. And
Oh
she's
yeah,
like,
he deleted the
let's not
dating
go
app
too
that day.
far.
He
Like
deleted
that,
his
like,
dating
wait,
app
this
in
all
front of
happened on
me.
the first date?
First
Yes.
date.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
And
And
so,
so it
See, you
was
have
just too
youth on
much.
your side, like Amber. Look at her. She's like, it's fun. And it was a great fall day. And I had a great time. And I'm like, at 49, if I would have done that, I would have been like, I mean, I probably would have never gone. But, you've just been like, motherfucker, wasting my time. How crazy are you to introduce me to your family, not say anything? And it's like, it's all about
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like I could see at a younger age, like, oh, yeah, that would sound
well,
delightful
so
and fantastic.
I want to know
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
like all ended and how did it like, yeah,
And then
figure
I
Yeah.
think
out.
Susan has questions because her face was saying it all.
Well,
I I mean, I was really hopeful because how cool of a story would that have been? Like if it did work out, right?
Yes.
And we can. So the other thing too is he lives in Reno or Tahoe, which is a solid hour and a half for me, and like so there's that part. But his parents lived in Roseville, which is close to me, so it was the distance and like we kept talking, but I just started to feel more and more like, oh, this just isn't right, and it just didn't feel right, like leading him on anymore. And so honestly, this is probably TMI, but the thing that really like
Never.
kind of was finally on the coffin for me was he FaceTimed me randomly, and I was actually like taking a relaxing bath. So I answered it, but like on low light because it was super dark in there, so he couldn't see me. And he was like with like his friends and like family friends and stuff, and was like wanting to like introduce me via FaceTime. Zero warning. And I'm like literally like, and I was like, it's like one of those awkward things where I'm like, I'm not gonna say that out loud on like, like, hey, I'm in the bath. Like, but I was trying to like make it obvious that I like wasn't into like he's like, why is it so dark? What are you doing? Like,
like
he had
splashing
no
water
idea.
around.
And yeah, he's like, and he was not picking up what I was putting down. And I was like, this is so uncomfortable.
Totally.
And also like why like it's very obvious that he was like off telling everyone in his world like about me and like
my future wife.
Yeah, like this is my future wife, and like we've been on one date, and like I do feel kind of bad because I feel like given the situation of our first date, when you see someone get along with your whole family, like I get that part, but also like
there's more to it than that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys gotta get along
So
too.
he sounds like he was missing
that's
a
not a
few
norm for me,
cues.
by the way. That was very much like a weird, crazy.
It was a great story. It was a great
funny.
story. I told her she had to tell everybody. And she's been speed dating. So you've been speed dating too. Like, I love it. You put yourself out there.
I did do that one time.
All the things.
How was speed?
I've tried all the things.
Have you tried a run club? Because apparently that's where dating is.
I
run clubs
heard
for
about
people
that,
under 30.
actually.
Running club.
Like jogging?
It's like running, jogging, whatever. Like
like
run
you meet
clubs.
with people. Yeah, you meet up
like
with
you go
people
out
and
on a Saturday morning. And I was part of one in San Francisco for 2 years, but I was doing it for running, and you could see people hitting on it.
And you were married.
And I was married. You could see people hitting on each other, and they say like it's the thing to meet people, and it's like more of a dating than a run club.
See, if I were into that, if I were into running, like I would be there.
Yeah.
And like I'm athletic, but running is not.
Yeah.
I mean, you play softball on Friday nights, but I think you were saying everybody in the league is kind of like paired up with someone or married, or like there hasn't ever been any situation where you've like dated anybody that's in the league.
Not yet, no.
So what are some of the other, like, just your friends and your people your age in general doing? Because from our perspective, we hear a lot about, kids aren't really going out drinking anymore. They're not, like, they're kind of just staying in the room, especially young men. Like, young men aren't really presenting themselves and going out into the world and showering, and they're in mom and dad's basement until like 35. And they just don't have, no, I mean, I've been literally reading and hearing this for like a year now, how young men are just really falling behind. There's like a bunch of books out about it and stats out about it, and how young women are kind of taking it out on themselves, and like they're buying houses by themselves or having kids by themselves, or just kind of doing it without this partner. And so I'm just curious if you're noticing, like, because you're obviously an educated, young, like successful woman, straight
homeowner,
woman. Homeowner, and
dog mom.
I'm just wondering if
you got it all going on.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you're seeing like matches out there that are kind of at your level, at your age, or do you have to look like older?
Yeah, no, that is a huge issue. I think it's like one of those things where the older we get, the better we get at taking care of ourselves, and the less we need someone else to take care of us. So this is actually an actual issue. Like, and I've talked to like my friends and stuff about it. Like, the more independent I get, the more successful I get, the less I want to put up with anything that doesn't serve me or doesn't add to my life. You know what I mean? So,
Yes, at a
and
girl.
that is very, very, very hard to find. And I think too, I think an issue that I find is a lot of men are like intimidated by it. Because yeah, it is hard to find someone that's at that level or above. And
Well,
if
they're in
they're
their
not,
parents'
it's like,
basement, not
it
showering.
does, yeah, it doesn't even matter if I'm okay with it. They're like insecure about it and then don't want to, go there. So yeah, it is a huge issue actually.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing about this I know not everybody here. Julie and I watched Bill Maher almost every weekend, and he has had a lot of people on talking about this issue over the last couple years. And it's like, I was like, wow, like they're just not progressing, and I'm not really sure why that is.
And I heard along those same lines, I don't know if it was Bill Maher, I don't remember who it was, but it was this guy saying, yeah, like between the age of, and this is a little bit younger, but between the ages of 18 and 25, it's like 85% of males have never asked a woman out, never like gone
Crazy to me.
approached a woman.
Whoa.
They
Like
don't
in person?
approach us anymore. They don't approach us anymore. They're
I don't
like
think they know
scared.
how to. I think they've
No.
been sitting
Yeah.
behind
And I
a
will
video
say
game
though,
screen.
Yeah,
I will
your stat.
say,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Amber.
sorry,
But I
just
wanted to go
to
back to
like
your
play
stat.
the devil's
So,
advocate here, I am kind of on the side of I think I I do think us women may have taken it a little too harsh. I think we kind of swung a little far because now we've like terrified them and now they're like too scared to like even look at us and like which is like better than how it was before but like
yeah, yeah.
that's not to say that's the case for everyone but I can see how I kind of can see where they're coming from, like especially like taking the gym for example. They used to hit on women in the gym, and then this movement of like, don't look at us, you're a creep. If you look at us, or talk to us,
Yeah.
leave us alone, which I respect 100%. I go to the gym a lot, and like I go there to work out. I don't go there to be hit on. But I just think it got taken to an
Yeah.
extreme where like it would be kind
It's
of
enough.
nice if
I
like
was gonna say, would you mind if you
I
got
gave
hit
the
on?
signs to a guy, like
Yeah.
I smiled and like I made it obvious that I was
Yeah.
into it,
Yeah.
that they would still feel comfortable enough to approach, and like they
Yeah.
aren't at all. It's
Yeah.
like it's like to a
Just
different
shut down.
Well,
extreme.
there's
Yeah.
also, I mean, come on, there's also an in between. You can't just blame a woman and like
No,
women speaking up for
yeah.
themselves to like
No.
shut
And
down
I'm not.
completely.
No,
And
Not
there's
at all.
also
I'm
an
saying
approach,
I
not
wish they
you.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
taken it so extreme. Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think all men have taken it. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
There's always going to be extremes on either side. The majority of women are not like that. And the majority
Yeah.
of men, I would hope, are not like
Sure.
that. But but
Yeah.
we also have, I mean, we're making it a lot easier for them to not go out and get like sex. Like porn is like readily available.
Mhm.
You know,
OnlyFans, you can
oh
basically
yeah,
have a
they
girlfriend
don't
that you pay
really,
for if you
yeah, they don't
wanted
really
to.
need, and they're, and I think honestly, social media and the tech companies are probably more to blame than anybody else. They're making it really easy for people not to go out and form relationships any longer.
And well, and
All
COVID
kind of,
didn't help the situation.
No, not at all.
yeah.
And next,
But
especially, in that age range of like early adult, and everyone freaking shut in for a couple years. I'm sure that
Totally.
didn't help the situation, but
No, it's a perfect
what
storm.
about, do you have many guy friends in that age bracket? Do they talk about, do they share with you like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I just get, I get
shut down
or
or
I'm just not interested, or I'm
Yeah.
living in mom's basement playing video games and I don't care, or like, do you have males in that age range that are your buddies that you've heard their
Yeah.
perspective from?
Yeah, I do
Good
have a
question.
couple. I don't have a ton of guy friends, but I do have like a couple like well, one I don't know if he counts because he's my like he's married to my other really close friend, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So like he's not like single. So
yeah.
uh but yeah, I hear that a lot where it's almost like they feel like damned if they do, damned if they don't, kind of. And these are coming from men that I respect and like I don't think they're just saying that just to say that,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think some guys use it as an excuse, like, oh well, you guys told us not to, so we're not. Like, I think
Yeah.
some men take that like that immature approach to it. But yeah, no, I think
I mean, I will say a take on what you said, Amber, though, is that, we've saying maybe it's gone too far. I don't know that it's that, but I think that women have grown so fast in this period of time, and I just don't think men caught up or were given the guidelines
I was gonna say,
in
yeah,
how to deal with women who are now like super
yeah,
self-sufficient. They don't need you.
mhm,
They may want to date you, but they don't actually need you like we did, you know, in
yeah,
generations before, when like
Yeah.
you had to
yeah,
have somebody taking care of you, or it was like expected that you
Could
had to get
even
married, or you had to get
borrow.
married to have a kid. You weren't
exactly,
out there having you weren't a single mom. That wasn't like
yeah,
looked upon as like a thing. So I think the
I
empowerment
agree.
and the growth that women as, a gender has made in the last, like, even just say 20 years, guys have not even like, they
They're
don't
not
even
Yeah,
caught
have a
up to that.
no.
finger
Yeah,
on the pulse of that. And I think that that's maybe why they're running back to the basement, or why they're intimidated, or why they're confused and they don't know what to do.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not out here crying for them and feeling sorry. I mean, catch up. You can figure it
Well,
out,
you can.
but
You
it's
can.
like, it's
Yeah.
not, like you said, it's not an excuse. I just
yeah,
do think that it is a factor, you
Well,
exactly.
know?
well, then
Yeah.
what
Maybe
about people? I mean, also, if you're motivated, you're motivated. Like
Yeah.
you got to be able to take rejection. You're never going to get
Yeah.
anywhere in your life unless you take rejection. When I came out, I
Absolutely.
got rejected a lot.
Yeah.
But guess what? I was motivated. I was like, and I found a way. And
I've
so I
gotten
don't
hit on
know.
by some people that are obviously highly motivated, because I'm like,
Yes,
let's, I mean, let's be real. Like, no,
there's
thank
a
you.
way to do it. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. You have to go, you have to get a lot of no's to get through the
Yeah.
maybe people in that age bracket, maybe the desire to get married and have children and have a monogamous, stable, long-term relationship, maybe
Yeah.
that's
It's not the goal.
not the
Well, just
goal.
getting laid. I mean,
It was.
that's
Yeah.
It's just interesting because I feel like when I was like in my young 20s, it was like expected to hear that, like, oh, I'm just not ready to settle down. Like that was like to be expected. But now when I matched with someone who's on a dating app, like on a legitimate dating app, not like just Tinder or like a hookup app,
Yeah.
like a dating app,
Yeah.
and they're like 35, and I hear, well, I'm just not ready to settle down.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And what are we
right.
doing here? Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think the problem is two things. Your generation has a hard attention ADD. They're so used to instant gratification, right? Like it
Yeah.
happens. You couple that with dating now, and you have all these apps that now thousands of people are coming into your profile, and this could happen to men or women. It could be either way. If you don't respond at a certain time, that person now blocks you, moves on, or just is quickly looking. And I think there is I don't know what the right word is, but like you said, you're 35. You should be ready to get into some sort of serious relationship. I think there is,
Or at
regardless of
least the
men or
beginning of
women.
one.
Yes,
Yeah. If you're
I
on a
think that
dating
there's,
app.
Or you
but
don't
I
want
think
one.
there's this new
Yeah, that's fine
generation
too.
that's like, I don't need to get serious. I can get serious later, and I'm just gonna keep having whatever it is.
Or maybe never get serious.
Yeah.
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 I
I
mean,
Yeah,
mean,
because we're all everyone can be very self-sufficient. It's just at some point it's like kind of get out of your basement. Like you're really, I mean, there's like
We
different
really
types
have the
of
boys
guys.
in the basement this
I
session.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I
it's
mean, I have to
expensive
pull
to live
on.
at.
No,
It's true. I mean, it is a trend for people to be moving back in with their parents because it's
I can imagine there's all
pricey.
sorts of other issues like and I'm not saying every guy is like this by any means, but the people that
Yeah.
are that maybe want to move on, there's got to be like mental health like circumstance, it must not having those interactions long term, short term, just other people in general, even just guy friends like your wingman, those were
Yeah.
relationships that we had growing up, like going out with your buddies, like doing the stuff, getting messed up, tying one on, falling on the curb. It's like these
Asking
were all
somebody out and
things.
getting embarrassed when they were like,
Exactly.
no. Yeah.
These are how we bond. And if you're just hanging out with mom and dad, what happens when mom and dad are gone?
Yeah.
yeah.
I
yeah.
had one just kind of quick question. Have you ever been worried about your safety on any of the apps? Like,
Mm.
if you were,
Good question.
going to, I know you said you tend to have a conversation with them or FaceTime them or whatever. I don't know if you've ever have heard of or have a friend that has an experience, but like, how safe do you
Yeah.
feel on apps?
Yeah, I mean, I take every precaution. Like I call, we chat, like
Yeah.
I make sure that they're real,
Yeah.
obviously. Um,
Is
I
that a thing?
never
Lots of bots, like people that aren't real.
like catfish, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is a
Okay.
thing for sure.
Yeah.
Or even if it's them in the pictures, but they're like from 10 years ago, like
Yeah. That
that's
happens
a
a lot.
thing
Okay.
too. But
What?
I
Wild.
never let them pick me up on a first date. Like as
Nice.
sweet and romantic as that may sound, like
Yeah. Good girl.
not
Yeah.
jumping into a car with a stranger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, my best friend always has my location, always, like just in general.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
but yeah, but I will send a screenshot of their profile
Yeah.
and like their with their name and everything,
Yeah.
so that she has it. So it's like if anything happens, the cops are she's like, this is the guy, like
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
where she's
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
Good.
yeah, and then I'm very particular about like I don't just like bring like let anyone know my address or
Do
um
you change your last name or do you post your last name on the
no
apps?
last names. Yeah.
Okay.
No. And I don't even share my last name unless we like get to know each other.
Is that
Like
pretty
I
common
don't
too
even
that
share
people
my
don't
last
share
name with my
names? Like,
I don't
patients.
think you should.
oh, okay. I didn't know that. I never
I
even
think
thought
for
about it.
security, I think there are
No,
creepers
to-
out there.
I know, but totally didn't even think about it. Like,
I
honestly,
will
wouldn't have
say
even
though,
thought about that.
however, there have been really creepy times where like I matched with someone and like we didn't even have a conversation yet. It was like we matched and within like a few minutes I got a friend request from them on social media and I was like
Hmm.
and like they don't have my last name. They literally just have my first name and like my pictures. And like I'm
Oh,
like
Phone
yeah.
number,
Okay.
maybe. Phone
I've
number?
heard
Yeah,
the
there's phone
apps
number.
don't show your phone number, but I've
Oh,
heard
okay.
someone very similar to what you were just saying. Um, the guy then like reversed engineered the photo to find out who she was, found her on LinkedIn,
Oh,
was able to find her phone number, and then texted her to like being like, I hope I'm not being too forward. That,
hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot, I kind of blocked this out of my memory, but it just reminded me of a scary situation when I lived in Sacramento. And I matched with a guy and we FaceTimed and I just like wasn't feeling it after the FaceTime and I kind of like ended it or whatever. And he got really creepy really fast. And because on the apps, it shows you how far away they are, like within
Oh,
miles.
yeah.
And with him, it said less than a mile away. And so I was like, oh, we're like neighbors. And like he told me like the streets that he lived on. I did not tell him which streets I lived on. And I was like, oh, yeah, like we're close. And so after I told him like I wasn't interested in meeting up, he like messaged me something really creepy and like said like miss my last name and like all like really like trying to intimidate me. And I was like, I don't like that. That's not
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really scary. And I was like, because he probably looked up, um, well, what he said was that because I had bought that house, it was like public record.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so he was able to find it pretty easily.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that means he knows where I live. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's really scary.
Okay. Yeah, that
So
is
even giving zero like information, like,
information. People can like get stuff.
yeah, just knowing that I was nearby was enough.
Yeah, that's scary. That's crazy.
Very
Yeah.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Be
shit
very
we didn't
careful.
have to deal with. Like we met people out at the bars. We met people out at the bars, and that's what everyone says not to do now. You're not going to
I
meet
know.
at the
Yeah.
bar.
I know. That's
I mean,
where, yeah, work
yeah,
or
work or
the
yeah.
bars. But I think even Amber and I were talking about one time, and it's like you have a solid crew of people at your work, and it's like you kind
Mhm.
of already know everybody and you're not
Hmm.
going to be dating any of them.
Yeah.
So unless
Well,
somebody
yeah.
new comes in, you're like, or you change your job, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's kind of cut off. So unless you
Yeah.
are going out to bars and stuff, like where
Or
really
whatever
or
social
whatever social, yeah, the
activities. Yeah.
gym. I mean, obviously you can the
Yeah.
gym, or if you're, you're in a book club or what a running group. But yeah,
Yeah.
like where would you meet people? I'm just glad I don't want to meet. people.
Yeah. Can we trade
So,
places?
yeah, sorry, Amber. I'm like, oh God, this just sounds like a lot. Because I
Yeah.
do remember I got on the apps for like a hot second, like 2 years after Uncle Kirk died, and it was like a full-time job. Like you'd have, I think it was what you were saying, Susan. It's like we don't get a hold of people right away. That it's like they're, and I'm just like, this is too. I just,
I
yeah,
think
I
that's the issue with the apps is it's almost like overwhelming. It's like when you have too much to look at, you just want to not look at it at all.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
Also, the apps
much.
aren't there for you to for love. They're there to make money. So the
yeah,
longer you stay, depending, because there's different payment, you can do for
yeah.
free on certain levels. Their goal is to make sure people are paying for the services and not really connecting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good point. Good point. Didn't really
Yeah,
think
they're
about
it's
it that
a
way. It's a
they're
business. Yeah,
public. Most of them are public. Most of them
yeah.
are,
I mean, I
you
did the
know.
Bumble for free for 1 month, so it's like I didn't pay. But honestly, you're right. It's like kind of like big pharma. Why are you going to give a
Yeah.
cure to something that you can sell people the pills for? And like maybe they'll only give you one guy that they think that you would match with, like out of 100, just to keep
Hmm.
you
Keep them
there,
on the hook, keep them on the line.
keep you swiping.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was deep moments by Susan, because never really thought about the dating sites in that way.
Yeah,
It's
it's
true.
Yeah.
kind of crazy. I mean, there are definitely levels that you can pay, or so I've been told. But I didn't pay. No, I haven't paid it. But like, there are different levels because some of them think that when you pay, you're going to get a more qualified person. You might. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I would think that if you have nothing to risk, then that person doesn't have anything to risk. So why not pay for a servant? Like,
yeah.
put some skin in
Do
the game.
do you pay, Amber, or is it free? Or
I don't pay right now. I have tried it because I was told like it's better when you pay, like you get better options and
yeah,
stuff. I don't know.
you didn't really see any
Not
better
yet.
options out there.
Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah,
I tried it for like a couple months, and then I was like, I'm not gonna keep paying for this.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But I've heard that most men pay for it, like almost all men,
Oh,
because you get
interesting.
like unlimited swipes. And I'm not saying this is true for every man, but
Yeah,
what I've heard is all they do is sit there. They don't even look. They just swipe right
just
on every single person, and then they go through their matches.
Hmm.
really okay. That's a
Interesting.
trend.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the guy who would ask, would go up to like 20 girls at the club, and you're
It's
like,
all
I mean,
numbers game,
it's a
baby.
numbers
The
game.
numbers
Somebody's gonna
game,
say
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
so I mean, I guess
It
it's the
is.
new,
Can be.
the new numbers
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. And what
Interesting.
about I just watched a really interesting movie over the weekend on HBO called Materialists. Have you seen commercials for that with Chris Evans and Melanie Griffith's daughter, Dakota something?
Dakota,
Yeah, I've been wanting to
Yeah.
watch it.
yeah.
It was pretty good.
Dakota Johnson.
It
Open
wasn't,
that.
yeah, yeah, Dakota Johnson. It wasn't what I expected, but it was basically she's a matchmaker and the way that like she goes into kind of everybody's like value is like pretty fucking eye-opening. I was like, "Oh, wow, this is like what people really are like oftentimes at the end of the day there's a good lesson in the story, but I was just curious, do your friends or do they use like matchmaking services? Is that a thing, or is that for like older kind of, it
Rich
seemed like
people.
more wealthy, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah,
wealthy
like,
folks. So
Like
I
that's a
don't
it
money
know.
reminds me
game.
of the documentary, the like Indian Matchmakers show that I think was like on Netflix. If you guys haven't seen it, it was actually pretty
I haven't.
interesting.
I'm just only thinking of the Millionaire Matchmaker, which was on Bravo, of
Okay, yeah.
course.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel like nothing like what's the word I'm looking for? Like like actual matchmaking, but like
Yeah.
I like my softball buddies are always like trying to like set me up with someone because I'm like the only single one on the team. So I feel like they're always trying to matchmake me. But no, I haven't tried anything like
Well,
Like
I
that.
Yeah.
imagine, I mean, I would think that being set up by someone, even if you know them like not great, I just would think that would be better experience overall
Mhm.
than the online
I agree. I would love that. Like
Yeah. She's like, bring it.
I jokingly tell my friends all the time when they're like when we talk about like dating or like me being single, I'm like, you guys could like help. Like
I accept
you
help.
guys could help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we went to the county fair, and she
Oh
got
yeah.
her her tarot cards read for the first time, and the
Oh.
lady was just like, "Your love life is a mess." I'm like, "Oh my God, don't say that to
Oh.
her."
Pretty
She,
much,
but she
yeah.
basically said, like, everything else is aligned in your life. Like, your career is great, your life is great. And, and I was like, it'll just,
It'll happen.
things happen when they
Yeah.
happen. And I
Yeah.
love that you keep yourself open to that. You don't get, like too fixated on it. You don't allow that to disrupt you doing the things in your life that you like to do. You have super solid friendships, which is
Mhm.
great.
Very important.
Because you have friends that are married or are part of a couple, and also single friends. And um, I mean, you're such a catch. It's like I
Wow.
can't even handle that. Well, I mean, it's true. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Would say this because you're my niece, but like all the things we just listed,
Yeah.
and you're just like a solid person. You're a good human.
Thank you.
So
We
people
should
are
put it out to our listeners. If anyone,
I was gonna
yes. If
say maybe this
anybody,
podcast could be a
yeah,
matchmaker.
yeah,
If there's
yeah,
any
exactly.
single gentleman in the greater Sacramento
There you
Sacramento
go.
area.
Isn't that
What's
crazy?
our age? What's our age bracket here?
Yeah.
we're not giving my last name or town,
No,
so you gotta
totally.
be really,
Yeah,
really
but like
tiny.
29 to
Email the podcast.
35. Yeah.
I
Info
would
at school.
say I hesitate because like I feel like I have met a handful of like mature younger guys, but they're
Okay.
hard to come by. So I don't want to
Yeah.
like completely shut that off
my
Yeah.
because
That's
husband,
good.
my husband is 2.5 years younger. He will remind me that it's closer to 3, but I say
Yeah.
2.5 years
Yeah.
younger. He's an old soul. I mean, he's still an
Mhm.
ass,
yeah.
but he's an old.
And I think it matters like your age too, right? Because like obviously if
Yeah.
you're 20 and like or like 21 and 18, like or versus 60 and 57, like it's so
Right.
different. Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah, I'm not
Okay. We
opposed
won't
to younger, but it just
we
depends
won't
on the
pigeonhole that.
maturity.
Right.
So any
Yeah.
mature men out there
Yeah. There you go.
If you're
Mature.
who
listening,
enjoy life,
if you're
yes.
out there.
Yeah, exactly. Listening to the Karens, but
Or if your
um
sister is listening,
yes.
or
Yes.
Or
doesn't
if
have
you
to
are
be
the
just.
Yeah.
sister, you're the
Yes.
sister
Yeah.
listening. Yes. If you have a brother.
I have two
Um
dogs. They're very cute.
Megan,
yeah.
you have a brother?
I know,
Or would
but I'm
that be
like, isn't that
weird?
like it's weird? That's just
Yeah,
weird.
I'm
I thought
kidding.
that too, but I was like,
Oh yeah.
I
Who has a
know,
brother?
but my brother. But
Oh,
you've met my brother.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and that's
That's like
It's not
family.
even like it's blood.
I
close to
know, but
family.
it's
I know.
it's
I'm
weird for
just
me.
joking.
It's weird.
That is.
Not blood though. It's true.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I see. Yeah.
just something I've noticed is Amber is like a total catch, right? But if she were a man, she'd be like a unicorn, like single, owns her own home,
Yeah.
Yeah.
educated, has a career. Isn't that funny? So
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be
A
lining
pet
up.
parent at 29. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kids, not divorced, STD
Loves
free.
kids. Yeah. Loves kids. Yeah. I
um,
mean,
but anyway, just a observation.
so you don't
Yeah.
get to be the unicorn, but you're the queen.
Exactly. So I know we're getting close to having to wrap things up. Thanks for the insight, Amber. That was great to kind of hear
Yeah.
what the kids are doing and how much things have changed. I mean, when we were all out and about, we didn't have, like I don't know, did we have dating apps? Did we even have one dating app when we were
eHarmony
We
came
weren't,
out
like
around
eHarmony?
2003, 4-ish. I
but
think
that
that was the
seemed like,
start of it.
yeah, and that seemed like so
And Plenty of
beyond
Fish and
what.
OK Cupid. There's some pretty weird
Oh, okay.
ones.
That's
But the
right.
rest of
I
them
forgot
started in
when
the
they came
late
out.
2000, not 2000,
Early,
like
early.
2008, 9, 10, like the main ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was all about going out to the bars, getting set up, work. I mean, Carolyn and her husband met at work.
Kurt and I met at work.
Kurt, you and Kurt met at work. Mine was a setup from a friend.
Yeah.
Susan went to college with her.
I went to college, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of, yeah, it's definitely, I mean, my sister definitely went through her share of apps before she met her partner.
Did she
And
meet the partner on the app?
I think so.
Okay.
I honestly, not 100%, but I'm pretty, yeah, they met during COVID. Yeah, it was an app. It was an app.
Maybe some baseball player is gonna like get injured, and you're gonna have to
Yeah.
be his like occupational
His
therapist,
Ooh, I
or,
like that.
or some,
Well, I
like,
can't
I
date
don't
my
know.
patients, so let's not.
So
Let's not
Oh,
be
yeah,
we
that's
that.
have
true. Yeah,
That would
them.
that's
just be a
true.
tease. Yeah.
His
Maybe after.
Yeah.
his sister.
Yeah.
His sister. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Somebody has to drive
That's
to
true.
the
Yeah.
appointment.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Any last minute things we'd like to share about any bad blind dates from any of the Karens, or any funny stories we want to share real quick before we hop off with the listeners?
I
Have
think
had
did
anything?
I ever tell you guys about the one time I did the apps between my husband, when my husband and I were on a break, I was doing the apps and I went on to OkCupid. I think you guys have heard this story and it's so outlandish.
I'm almost positive I have, but
You
tell
have.
everybody else.
So we trade some emails and this is definitely I don't even know if I had I'm really dating myself. I sure I had an iPhone, but FaceTiming wasn't really a thing yet, right?
Uh-huh.
And so he's like, meet me for a drink. And I was like, I don't really want to meet anyone for a drink. And he's like, let's meet for a drink. I was like, let's just meet. We work downtown. Let's meet at the Pete's at 5 o'clock for a quick coffee or whatever. And he was an engineer for Charles Schwab. He said at the time he looked like the Indian Johnny Depp, which he did. I saw a photo. He sent me a photo of it. I was like,
Okay.
hey, you're not really my type. I'll go. But whatever.
That's
So
interesting.
I show up to the
I
Pete's
know now.
and he's there dressed nice, looks literally like a dark version of Johnny Depp, an Indian version. And he's like, it's closed. Do you want to get the drink now? And I was like, fuck. Because I just feel like if you're at having a drink, it takes longer. I just didn't know if I wanted to have alcohol on it because this is the first venture as being a female. I'd also ridden my scooter to work. So remember when I had my Vespa,
Yeah.
and we go to Sen's. Megan knows the place, Long Embarcadero. We go and sit at the bar, and I was drinking. I drank beer at the time, and I don't drink beer. So like this has got to be at least 20 years ago. So I sit down at Sen's. He sits down. I order a Stella. He orders a vodka straight. I don't even know if it was chilled. It was
Wait,
like
what? Like a shot of vodka?
Like neat, like in a cup.
vodka neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Shot.
Not even a
Yeah.
martini.
He's an
Yeah.
alcoholic.
So he pretty much downs it, and then I'm literally taking a sip, and he basically says to me, "You're gonna fall in love with me because I like to eat kitty cat, and I'm the best
Ooh.
shit that you're ever gonna like. You're never gonna be afraid. Like I'm the best you're ever gonna be. I like to go downtown."
That's a really good way to know
And
that he's
as
not good at
he
it.
is telling me this, the whole entire beer spits out onto the bar, the poor bartender. It's everywhere. And I was like, who says things like that to someone?
A little liquid courage right before that.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? Am I too forward for you? I thought like American women like forward people. I was like, it's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, like after work. If we were in Vegas at like 2 in the morning, like the wrong place, wrong time, buddy.
Totally. Not
Yeah.
reading the
And
room.
then I was just completely turned off. Like I was like, I gotta go.
That
I'm
is
It's
out.
too,
hilarious.
it's too
That
light
didn't do it
outside
for
for
you?
that.
Yes. And then he proceeded afterwards to keep emailing me. And then finally I was like, I'm not interested.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
hilarious.
ghost or do you tell people?
I
Like
told
that you're
him I wasn't interested, but I feel like
okay.
nowadays people just ghost everything. Like you
Yeah.
can go out with like a guy for like 3 or 4 months and they can just drop you or a year and you don't
Yeah.
know.
What do you
No?
do, Amber? Do
Yeah.
you
Does that
like,
happen to you,
I
Amber?
try really hard not to ghost. I
That's
try.
good. That's
I'm a
respectful.
very upfront. Like as soon as I'm not feeling it, I just say like, "Hey, sorry," and then
yeah, yeah.
and
Do
Karma.
you get that same courtesy, or you're no? That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
no, I don't. Not
Yeah.
always. I mean, sometimes,
Yeah.
but not always. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
So
fine.
listeners, you shouldn't ghost. It's very rude.
It is very
If
rude.
you,
Yeah.
especially
I
when you
think
can
it's
just
karma.
text.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, karma
karma.
will
If
come
you
get
ghost me, something bad's gonna happen
I think
to
it's a
you.
sign of like
Insecurity.
emotional immaturity too. Like
you. Yeah. Don't
yeah,
have the nuts to.
yeah. So
Yeah.
remember that next time you go to ghost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karma gonna get ya.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you. Well, thank you so much. That was a great.
That's
I
awesome.
learned a lot. That was a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Awesome.
having me.
Thank you for
Thanks for coming.
coming. Thanks for being
Absolutely.
our
Thank you
very
for coming.
first guest.
Yeah.
It's good to see you again, Amber.
Yeah, good to see you too, and good to meet you both.
Good to meet
And
you.
And then we'll be in touch. We got to get together. It's been a couple
yes.
weeks now.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
So thank you, listeners, for listening. Please remember to like and subscribe. And you have any questions or topics that you'd like us to talk about on the Karens, please remember you can email us at info@thekarenspodcast.com. That's info at thekarenspodcast.com. We are on Spotify, YouTube, Castbox, and iTunes. Apple.
iPhone.
Whoa, iPhone. There we go. Susan, why don't you take it out for us?
Thanks for listening to the Karens. We're experts on nothing, but we have opinions on everything.
Love you guys.